From the moment Ryan could hold a toy, his parents saw more than just a cute kid playing. They saw a gold mine waiting to explode. Cameras started rolling before he even knew what content meant. 25 videos a week. Yes, 25. They sent him across the world to film a movie, pushed constant uploads, and even caught the attention of federal investigators because something behind the scenes looked off. And hey, if you like the video you watch, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss what's next. Now that empire, the one built on childhood charm and endless toys, is starting to fall apart. The truth about Ryan's world isn't some cute family story. It's a modern-day example of child labor hiding behind bright colors and cheerful thumbnails. Shion and Luan Kaji, the so-called family YouTubers, built a billion-dollar empire out of their son's childhood. And now, the whole thing's cracking. These aren't just ambitious parents chasing a dream. These are the same people once investigated by federal authorities for deceptive practices. They turned their own kid into a 24/7 advertising machine. Let's rewind for a second, back to the beginning. For the 3 people on Earth who don't know Ryan Kaji's story, here's how it all started. In 2015, a 3-year-old opens toy boxes on camera. That's it. It's simple, harmless, adorable, and boom, instant viral fame. By the time he's in elementary school, Ryan isn't just playing with toys anymore. He's the face of a massive multimedia empire. YouTube channels, Nickelodeon specials, Walmart aisles stacked with merch, a Macy's parade balloon, and enough brand deals to make anyone dizzy. Meanwhile, behind the camera, his parents quit their day jobs. Luan was a chemistry teacher, Shion an engineer, and built their own mini-studio called Sunlight Entertainment. 30 employees, their house turned into a soundstage, and one tiny CEO who legally couldn't sign a contract but could move millions of dollars in sales just by saying, "Wow," on camera. On paper, that sounds genius. In practice, that's when a family vlog turned into a family factory. When your main star is 8 years old and your schedule looks like ESPN's, you're not playing with toys, you're playing with fire. Critics noticed early on. The videos blurred the line between playtime and paid ads, and little kids watching couldn't tell the difference. Complaints started piling up. Watchdog groups warned that the content looked deceptive, and the FTC started paying attention. That's when Ryan Toy Review got rebranded into Ryan's World, basically the same show with a cleaner name. Like calling a casino Fun Money Adventure Center. Same hustle, new paint. But the real secret behind Ryan's success wasn't the rebrand. It was the volume. The kid was filming as many as 25 videos every single week. That's not, "We record when he feels like it." That's a factory pipeline. Morning routines, brushing teeth, experiments, skits. Anything and everything was content. If the family dog sneezed, they'd probably roll a 3-camera setup and call it "Dog Sneeze Challenge Gone Wrong." Then 2 massive things hit at once. YouTube changed and Ryan grew up. First came the COPPA crackdown, and it hit kids' channels like a meteor. Suddenly comments were gone, ad targeting limited, and recommendations dropped. Revenue collapsed. Shion even admitted they lost around 70% of their income overnight. 70%. Imagine your money printer getting unplugged just like that. And second, the audience started to grow up. And so did Ryan. The little kids who worshipped him moved on. New toddlers didn't connect with a teenager faking excitement over slime kits. Watching Ryan hype up a toy started to feel awkward, like watching your older cousin pretend Santa is still real. The numbers reflected it fast. Views nosedived. Not a gentle dip, but a full ski slope crash. Videos that once pulled in hundreds of millions of views were barely breaking 6 figures. That's not a bad month. That's life support territory. So, what did the Kajis do next? They doubled down. More brand deals, more spin-offs, and their biggest gamble yet, a movie. Ryan's World, Titan Universe Adventure. On paper, it sounded huge. In theaters, though, empty seats, harsh reviews, and memes roasting it across social media. A multi-million-dollar budget turned into just a few $100,000 in ticket sales. That's not a flop. That's a crash landing. People who saw it said it felt more like a long, awkward commercial than a real film. Basic animation, stiff acting, and scenes glued together with product placements. Meanwhile, Ryan himself looked done. The sparkle that made him famous had faded. In newer videos, he seemed tired, flat, like he'd rather be anywhere else. School, sports, even double math class. He's 13 now, high school age. This is supposed to be the time for discovering who you are, not what brand wants you in their next mid-roll ad. And then came the twist that made the internet explode. His twin sisters, Emma and Kate, started popping up everywhere, featured in videos, their own animated content, and across all the family's channels. Viewers noticed immediately. It looked like the machine was swapping stars mid-flight. As Ryan aged out, the twins were stepping in. People online called it out. Words like groomed for the spotlight and milking the kids started trending. This wasn't just a PR issue anymore. It was a moral one. Now, nobody's saying Shion and Luan are cartoon villains twirling mustaches. But when you look at their interviews, it's hard not to notice the pattern. Every conversation circles back to deals, sponsors, and what happens if Ryan quits. Not once do they sound genuinely curious about whether he's happy. Imagine being 13, hearing adults talk about your life like it's an earnings report. That's heavy. And on top of that, Ryan's never alone in interviews. There's always a parent right beside him or just off camera ready to clarify. The second he drifts towards something real, the adults jump in to steer it back to safe territory. That's not guidance. That's control. At some point, the line between supportive parents and brand handlers got blurry. The warning signs were there for years. As far back as 2017, consumer groups were raising alarms about ads disguised as playtime. In 2019, YouTube itself got slammed with fines from the FTC, and suddenly the algorithm stopped blessing kid content. The fire hose of money turned into a leaky faucet overnight. Meanwhile, lawmakers across the US started pushing new kid influencer laws, rules meant to protect children's earnings and privacy. When politicians start saying, maybe a 5-year-old shouldn't be a revenue stream, that's a clear sign the old system went too far. And the internet, it never forgets. People started digging through old court records, even finding reports about Luan's past shoplifting charge. Maybe petty, maybe irrelevant, but it added fuel to the bigger story. The public stopped giving this family the benefit of the doubt. Once people believe you profited off your kid's childhood, your "we're just a fun family" slogan doesn't land anymore. Let's talk numbers. Without going wild, was Ryan's brand insanely profitable? Absolutely. Did his parents live large? No doubt. Mansions, travel, luxury, everything screamed, "We made it." But here's the murky part. Nobody really knows how much of that fortune is legally set aside for Ryan. Hollywood child actors get a special protected trust fund, but YouTube kids? For years, there were no standard protections. That meant most of the cash could legally flow straight to mom and dad. Legally fine, but morally, yikes. And now the empire's shaking. Views are soft, the movie tanked, and the content feels stuck in a time capsule. Ryan, who's publicly said he wants to be an animator, is still in front of the camera selling childhood dreams like it's 2017. In one interview, Ryan said, "I think being an animator is fun because you draw, then you see the whole thing come alive. You get to watch what you worked on change over time." That's real passion right there. You can almost feel how much he just wants to create, not perform. That's the heartbreak.
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time. And like sometimes I can see like the drafts first, and then after I can see like the full thing. And it's really cool to see how it changes over time.
Yeah, you were in the front.
Like, Ryan, are you going to keep making YouTube videos, given your interest to be an animator and maybe go behind the camera, like as you get older?
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
Imagine being a teen who just wants to live a normal life, join a club, draw, hang out, figure things out. But every adult around you keeps saying, just a few more videos, just a few more brand deals, a few more turns into forever. When your face is the brand, walking away starts to look impossible. Of course, the parents always say the right things. If he wants to stop, he can stop. School is our priority. We support his dreams. Great. Then prove it. Hand him that freedom. Let him step back. Go to school. Draw. Live a little. Pivot the content. Put a parent in the host seat. Start family-style vlogs, cooking, DIY, anything. If this is truly a family channel, then the family, not just the kid, can carry it. Because right now, what the internet's seeing looks rough. Old thumbnails of a younger Ryan getting recycled for nostalgia clicks, old footage reposted to keep toddlers watching, and the twins showing up more to test engagement. It's giving one more heist energy, and the audience sees it loud and clear. People are literally joking online that we'll see a Netflix documentary one day titled How Ryan's World Chewed Up a Childhood. That's not the legacy you want. You already won financially. You've got stability, fame, opportunity. So why keep pushing? Let's get real about the social side too. If you've ever been a teenager, you know how harsh high school can be. Now imagine walking into class after filming glow-in-the-dark slime challenge with your mom. Kids talk, jokes spread fast. It's not hard to picture Ryan catching shade in real life for content he's clearly outgrown. No kid deserves that. So where does this go from here? Two possible roads. Road A, the Kaji pivot. Ryan steps back from camera duty, focuses on his art and animation dreams. The parents take over hosting. The channel becomes age-appropriate for the twins, with real boundaries, fewer uploads, clear disclosures, and proper trust funds. Maybe less money, but a much better life. The internet would respect that move instantly. Road B, they keep squeezing. More twin content, more recycled clips. Ryan reacts, stitched together from old footage so he doesn't have to show up. The brand turns into a zombie, still walking, but soulless, until the algorithm, the audience, or a future tell-all finally pulls the plug. If that happens, it won't just be a business loss. It'll be a reputational collapse. You can't buy your way out of that. And the saddest part? It was all avoidable. At any point in the last few years, they could have said, "We're good. We've made enough. Let's just be parents now." Instead, it looks like they tried to turn childhood into a renewable resource. But childhood isn't renewable, it ends. And if your business model depends on it never ending, you don't have a business plan, you've got a countdown. So here's the truth. Ryan deserves peace, privacy, school, art, and a chance to be awkward, silly, or quiet, just like every other teenager on Earth. He earned that, and his parents, they've still got a chance at redemption, if they actually mean what they've been saying all along. Let him step away. No big finale, no farewell special, no final toy unboxing. Just stop. Fade out. Be proud parents offline and live your lives. You already won. Take the W. Because if they keep forcing this machine forward, the ending won't be pretty. It'll be slow, public, and painful. Every misstep turned into content about their own content. And when Ryan turns 18 with stories to tell, they might not like the story he chooses to share. That's the whole picture, the rise, the empire, and the warning for every parent chasing YouTube fame. Childhood isn't a business strategy, it's a moment. And once it's gone, no brand in the world can buy it back. And hey, if you like this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss what's next.